Hi, guys. How are you today? Time to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Woo! This is getting to be a lot, people. It's a lot, it's a lot, it's a lot. So, today we're going to talk about why Mary took the signs down at her church. Then, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes. And then, we're going to go ahead and review last night's episode. It's a doozy. So buckle up and get ready for the ride. Let me go ahead, play my intro, allow more people into the room, and then we'll get right into it. Hi, guys. How are you? Woo! The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Before I get into that, let me go ahead and remind you guys, if you haven't already signed up for Perry's hotline, don't forget to do that. This hotline has been amazing. It gives you direct contact to us. So if you have any questions about anything, we will answer you right away. A lot of people don't believe that it's us, I hired somebody. No, it's Perry. He goes through each and every uh, call. So the phone number is one. I know better than that, guys. Hold on. The phone number is 1-702-553-3288. Okay, now let's get into the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And I'm going to admit, a couple years ago when they announced that they were going to bring a franchise to Salt Lake City, I thought, Salt Lake City? What the hell happens there? Who lives in Salt Lake City? It's not one of these cities that you imagine it's full of drama, but who knew? Who knew? So let me tell you. So I've been following this story for about, hold on. Someone's from my team's really trying to get to me. Hold on. It's just crazy, guys. Sorry. When I tell you we've been up all night, we've been up all night working on Salt Lake City. So I do apologize for that. I was just informed that somebody's in the chat, and I'm glad that you're in the chat. Please just listen to every word I have to say. So I've been following the story for about 2 years, before it even aired, about 2 years now. And when I tell you that uh, it started unraveling, and you heard me say before, I had people from the cult actually cry on my shoulders because their lives have been destroyed. It's true. And I made a vow about a year and a half ago that I'm going to follow the story out to the end. People don't understand how cults work. You guys know the famous cult leader, Jim Jones. There was probably a time when somebody said, "This isn't a big deal. Why, the man's just minding his own business." No, 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 no. It's extremely big deal. You have to expose these cults. I've had people, since I did my interview with Dan, call me, try to threaten me, try to stir me in a different direction, try to get me to stop reporting on this story. I am going to follow this out to the end. Um, and it's not a coincidence, if you ask me, that after we dropped our story, Mary decided not to uh come to the reunion, just quit on the spot, stop answering Bravo's calls. That's not a coincidence. I feel like she's covering up her tracks. Now, we'll get to that in a minute, Jamal's 100th child. Thank you so much. So now today, people are reporting that Mary took down the signs of her church, and they wanted to know, what's going on. Why is the church closing down? Let me tell you exactly what's going on. And I got this information from Uncle Ernie. Oh my God, that's him calling me. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Hold on, guys. I never do that, guys. I do apologize, but information is rolling in. It's rolling in. And so I do apologize. But anyway, people wanted to know why is thank you so much for the super chat, Heather. Why did Mary take down the sign? You know, what's going on? Well, okay, so Uncle Ernie told me what's going on. She did remove the sign. So here's a picture that's been going around on the internet. I'll give you, here's a picture directly from Uncle Ernie. Mary did remove the sign. If you look right here, this is where the sign used to be. It would give, I don't know, church services and just say things right here in between these two poles right here. She removed it. And she removed it because she tried to sell the church. I think she's trying to sell the church because things are coming out and she's trying to cover up her tracks. She wasn't allowed to sell the church because the church is still in probate. So a judge has to give you permission to sell the church. So she cannot sell this church until the judge gives her permission to sign the church. But when I tell you she's going around trying to cover up her tracks, she's trying to cover up her tracks. She's got people coming out saying, oh, Mary's a nice person. No, 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 no. This is why we're doing this interview tomorrow. We have evidence that Mary is not a nice person and she is a cult leader. She's just as guilty as Robert. So we will talk about that tomorrow, go into detail, show you our evidence. These people have to leave. You have to save yourself. You just do. And it might seem really hard in the beginning. It's not that hard. You just leave. But anyway, so I will be doing an interview tomorrow with Dan, and we're going to talk about some of the horrific things that Mary and Robert have done to church members. It's, you are thinking this can't get any worse. It gets way worse. But remember, this has been going on for years. For years. Did Dan say that she would want to be selling her property soon? If he said that, he was on the money. She's trying to get rid of everything. She's sending out surrogates, henchmen. I mean, I was dazed and confused when people start emailing me, threatening me, calling me, trying to lead me in a different direction. No. The whole world is not under Mary and Robert's spell. They're not. So, so I'm going to do that tomorrow. You guys cannot miss that interview. This is going to be more explosive than the first one because it gets a lot worse. And cults are bad. Cults are bad. They're designed to confuse you so they can use you. Remember that. They are just bad people that want to use you. First, they confuse you, and then they use you. And they don't give a damn about you. Cult leaders don't care about anybody but themselves. Remember that. So let's go into last night's episode, which was even more bizarre than last night. Let me bring up Perry for a minute. Hi, Perry.
Hey, what's up?
Trying to sell the church.
Yeah, well,
covering her tracks.
That's what Dan said, though. I mean, he did say that. He said that eventually you start seeing signs, but she started to get rid of properties.
Yeah.
I mean, for some people, I know people say, well, she's trying to sell the church. This is the church he said that they only use to really cook out of.
Mm-hmm.
So it sort of makes sense, but it makes sense what Ernie was saying too, why they can't sell it. Because it's in that probate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, see, you're from the fall you took. Your face is swelling up. Does it hurt?
A little bit. Just a little.
All right, so let's talk about last night's episode. Last night's episode, Meridith was going hard for Mary. Despite her close relationship with her best friend, Lisa, it makes no sense. And you guys have to remember, this is a small community. It's not like LA or New York or even Vegas. Like, you can live in the same city and not see people. You know, like I don't know who lives on the other side of town. I don't know. This is a small church community. Utah is a very unique place. Religion's very important. So the church is a main part of your life. No, it is your life to a lot of people. And so Meredith had to hear about all these rumors just like we have. She's going hard for Mary. And I often wonder, why is she going to be the highest paid housewife on Salt Lake City next season? What is she doing different than anybody else?
Getting PIs?
That's what I was going to say.
I don't know.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Like, is it true? Is Jen telling the truth? Is Jenny telling the truth? Did she hire a PI to find out about Mary? And she's working with the producers and stuff. She never seems to be around Meridith or Mary. And Meridith Mary's her bestie now. Forget Lisa Barlow. Yeah. Barlow? Yeah, Lisa. So. Forget Lisa. It's all about Mary. And she's going hard for Mary. And now you're going to be the highest paid housewife?
Yeah.
No, it's true. You're the snitch. If you ask me, that's my opinion. I believe she's the snitch. Why? What are you doing different, so different than the other women to make you the highest paid housewife on that franchise?
Yeah, well, I mean, typically I think it goes to whoever bring the drama. She's bringing it. And like she said, yeah, she hired PI.
She's not bringing, Perry. She's not bringing the major drama. That's coming from Jen Shah. Huh? She does not deserve to be the highest paid housewife.
Well, no. I'm saying, but the things that she's doing behind the scenes,
exactly,
like the PIs. Yeah. If she wouldn't get the PIs, and if they didn't have the sting going on and stuff like that, maybe she's feeding them in that way. Is what I'm saying. And I think that she's really teamed up with Mary because I think she's afraid of Mary herself.
Oh, that's why. Because I'm saying this is a small community. They all heard about Mary's rumors. They all know what's going on, but they all act scared of Mary. Meridith is scared of Mary too. Yeah. She wanted to do the things that she needed to do to become the highest paid housewife, work with the producers and whatnot, but doesn't want to be put out on Front Street. So let me befriend Mary. So Mary doesn't get suspicious.
Yeah, let me do the gutter work and feed Bravo and stuff, all these good storylines. That way they can overlook mine. Because part of me still think Jen do got a point. I don't know for a fact, but maybe she do got other boyfriends. We don't know.
The last line in the scenes, on the very last scene, she said, Meridith, you had go something with your 10 boyfriends. Alluding to the fact again that Meridith has affairs.
Yeah.
Crazy. This is so good. I can't even believe it. Now, there was another rumor out there that Jen, so I'm getting behind the scenes confused with the time of the show, that someone rented an Uber for Jen and she got out the Uber midway and went somewhere else, signaling that she also was having an affair. Right. This is crazy. I mean, these women, none of them can be trusted. I was very proud of Whitney last night that stood up to Meridith and talked and confronted Meridith and Mary. So, I like Whitney, but her husband has his own skeletons that, could come out any minute now.
Sort of like all of them do. Yeah, I mean
skeletons.
In my opinion, yeah. I mean, because this Meridith chick, something is going on there. I feel. I don't know for a fact. So allegedly,
as far as the things that the last line of the scene.
Well, yeah, and then I go back to this, right? Because most women probably would shake their head or even look back at somebody who buys their man a cake, a picture of their breast, right? But if she's only there for financial means and she's doing her own thing, maybe that could be a reason why it didn't faze her.
Well, what? No.
Steph is all in love with Whitney's breast, huh?
You're trying to make that seem normal?
No. I'm trying to say maybe that's the reason why she didn't react a certain way. She just smiled and did whatever. But if she's only using Steph for certain reasons, and she's got her own late night thing going on, right? She don't care. She glad he in love with something, as long as he paying his part or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm just speculating.
How do we feel about Jenny, the new girl, last night?
I think she a lot of talk.
Ooh, right? You don't like Jenny?
Something that's coming across fake to me, like she always, I would just get in that ass. I would go and do this. Jenny, you ain't did shit, right? But lied about how she got to America.
Oh, Perry!
I'm only just saying, for me.
God.
I mean, let's keep it real.
Perry.
I mean, something about her. I mean, her mouth like a chihuahua. You know, they always barking all the time.
She stands up for herself. She did right by telling Jen that, you know, something's going on with Mary and Meridith, and you know they're saying that you hired a. She told her in confidence. Jen, who was drunk the entire trip. Let's talk about her drunk drinking.
I get it. But I'm just saying that I think, Sharrell, that she want to be that. I grew up in Longwood or whatever, you know, trying to find some gangster in her. You know what I'm saying? I don't tolerate this. No, you ain't really showed me shit.
Someone says, Mary preys on the weak and feeble-minded. Churches are tax exempts, so feds can't arrest for that. I didn't know that. Members have to come forward for the A word and extortion. I'm going to do a whole video about that.
That could be true, though. But I think, where they can get them to is if not everything, some things revolve around the church, but if they don't have a paperwork for a lot of their businesses, so-called businesses and things like that, then maybe it's a way they can come in that way.
Mary's in trouble. She's in trouble. I told you it opened up investigations. She's trying to cover her tracks. Thank you, Bonji, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's bring up Andrea. Hey, Andrea.
What's up? Happy birthday, chick.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
And Andrea, I was telling you last night when I was on the phone talking to those people and stuff. I don't want to talk about Mary. We could waste our whole time, but Mary's a dark, evil person. And I'm not being mean to her. And I didn't make her do the things that she did. But just like the show, I feel like the women are scared of her on that show.
They are.
You think so too, Meridith too?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Mary don't have them crazy eyes for nothing. They are afraid of her. Mary is do undercover, low down, dirty stuff, and it's all coming to a head. I'm telling you, Sharrell, when you brought this to the front, that's when all the things start falling. Everything start coming out.
I found out about Mary. The eyes is a trick to scare people.
Yes.
Yes. So why is she doing her eyes like that? Like
yes.
Like, yes. I'm not scared. I thought she was on something. Like why?
No, I kept calling her crazy eyes. When she's about to do something, when she's about to come after you, those eyes, I mean, they get like crap.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
It might get stuck one day.
I don't think Jenny, I like Jenny, Perry doesn't like Jenny, is scared of Mary or Meridith. I think she is the only one that kind of stands up to them. Did you see at that table last night? What's my favorite? Heather didn't say anything. Lisa, Whitney did, but she was kind of fearful.
Yeah.
And what is wrong with these women?
Right. So I feel like this. Jenny, now you got to admit, Jenny responded back, but Jen came at her. So she probably didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
I just know a coward when I think that she's barking a lot. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. Mary is a dangerous, crazy ass nut. That's what she is.
Crazy Mary.
Yeah, crazy Mary.
Crazy Mary. You got falling apart Jen, drunk Jen. She was drunk the whole episode. She was taking out her frustrations out on Lisa. But at the end of the day, Jen, nobody believes you. You are going to do some time. And she keeps saying how innocent she is.
And when she was cutting up on that bus, going back and forth, I was hoping that somebody would just slap the shit out of her. I mean, she's really putting on the act like she haven't did anything wrong. Everybody's going against her. She's innocent. Why is there? She's crying. Oh, me. Oh, pitiful me. Why is everybody attacking me?
Yeah. I want to thank you, Southern Ivy, for the super chat. I don't put up mention other creators on my channel. It's just disrespectful. But yeah, I know all about that. And it's um, uh, I'll let Dan take it from here. I will let Dan talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let Dan talk about that because the whole Mary thing is just, oops, sorry, is just, oof,
It's crazy. It's dangerous.
crazy.
It's crazy. And like I said, all the soldiers are falling.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Miles?
Miles, where are you at work?
Yep.
It should be working. It should be working.
What did you want to sound off on? Because this is crazy. This is
Well,
crazy.
so wait, I didn't really catch the beginning of the video. You talking about Mary? She's like, y'all talking about her selling her church or something?
Mary tried to sell her church, but couldn't sell the church because the church is in probate. So they stopped her. She's trying to cover her tracks. It's coming out.
She's a crook and she's kooky. She's crazy.
She's
crazy
but
Mary.
And she gives me like evil vibes.
Yeah, well, she doesn't scare me, but I guess
She don't
if I
scare
grew
me
up in
either.
that, what'd you say, Miles?
I said, she don't scare me either.
She
Them
don't
wigs
scare-
scare me.
She doesn't scare.
But the thing about it, she plays on the other people because she knows they're weak and she can pull that crap on everybody else. But real people, real G people, she trying to pull that crap on is not gonna take that mess.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the exact thing I was thinking. Because you see, she got all them other housewives scared of her too. They won't say nothing. She got Meridith licking her booty every time she moves. Meridith,
Okay.
Meridith.
I mean, she's licking it with half her lips because the other half don't move.
I couldn't understand for the life of me, why is Meridith riding by her? She knows what's going on in the community. She's heard these rumors just like we have, but she's scared.
Meridith is just a
maybe
fool
because
in my
have you ever heard
eyes.
the old saying says birds of a feather they flock together?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know, Canelo, this is your show. Can you hear me, Canelo?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I was on the other screen.
This is your show. Last night was a mess. Mary ran the whole table. Meredith clowned. Okay. And do you think she's scared of Mary?
Meredith is just stupid.
Ooh.
Because look at it like this. Everybody's been telling her what's going on.
Yeah.
Jen and Mary, they're both in the same boat. They both are scamming the weak. They're both scamming old people out of their money.
Yeah.
Mary's just doing it on a higher level because it's a cult. Jen is doing it on a level. I still want to say she's doing it knowingly but unknowingly. Like, you know, there's higher ups that's kind of like pulling the strings, but she thinks she's still innocent. But she's, you know, but she's still stealing from people. Meredith is just upset because Jen is getting all the spotlight.
Oh, Canelo!
And then she keeps trying to use Brooks as a storyline. No one cares about him.
Brooks Brooks, and then she talk about, oh, my children. Y'all, I'm talking about my children.
Don't nobody care about them children.
No. Come on, Brooks is a grown man. Brooks is
aggravated. He's so aggravated. He wants to be the show so bad. He want to be Jenny little daughter. He want to be the star.
Yeah.
Y'all need to back up off Brooks. Y'all don't like Brooks.
He want to be the center of the runway.
It's not that.
Yeah.
This is a 20-year-old man. He can stand up for himself. If
you need to go get a job and go back to school.
I can understand that's Meredith's child. She can come out and say something because they're in the same circle. But you can't sit here and keep saying, oh, you're hurting my family or you're hurting my children. But you did the same thing to Jen, though. But Jen deserved it. But I mean, I'm just saying.
Look at this, guys. You guys tell me, what do you think of this? You are exposed. Someone's telling me I'm exposed. Another scare tactic? I've been getting them all weekend. Huh?
Oh, no, maybe they mean something else.
I got phone calls.
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay.
Well, maybe it's crazy.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you know what? We ain't scared. We just report the truth. That's what they mad at because we report the truth.
Mary is in the
Mary's disciples
upset because her church is closed down. Mm-hmm. She ain't got no more money coming in. Mm-hmm. Her cousin exposed her. I'm over there with her bug-eyed ass.
Well, I mean, if they had any type of money, don't you think they would have redone that house, that carpet, that?
And she would have
Miles, stop. Miles, you need to stop.
Ass clothes in her room.
Yeah, it's just
and clean up her house, clean up
And
her
her
bedroom.
son-
Okay, this
killed
is
too.
taking a turn for the worse.
So my whole
her
thing
son that's
is
been on
Mary ain't
there
got
the
nothing to
past couple
say.
times,
She
only
ain't got
for
no
a
legs to
second.
stand on. She just mad her family coming out to you, Sharrell, exposing her ass. People wanted her to be exposed, but they never had the courage because,
The
like you said,
courage, right?
first around,
Right.
it would have been coming down on them. Now, look at her cousins, look at the family coming out telling the stories. Oh, now she don't want to come to the reunion because she already knows she's in hot water.
And that's automatic termination.
And then one more thing, I'm just throwing something out there, people. I'm just throwing something out. Why we said why Meridith is so close to Mary? Could it be a possibility? Could it be a possibility that they're out there creeping together at midnight?
Maybe.
I said, birds of a
maybe that's
feather
why
flock
she got the
together.
Uber Heather guy.
So I mean, she might be
that's
giving
Jen,
Mary
my
one
bad.
of them. So I mean, who knows?
Hold
I
on.
said,
Hold
birds
on.
of a feather flock together.
Right. I'm just saying.
Emergency department, D&T building, second floor, acute resuscitation.
We was like, what is that?
I was like, what the?
Sebastian, what did you want to add to the conversation? Because this is just unbelievable.
First of all, I'm Team Meridith. I love Meridith so much.
Meredith or Mary?
Meridith, not Team Mary. Definitely not Team Mary. Meridith. I'm Team Meridith and Lisa. This season is Meridith's season. Okay, this season is gonna be her season. She is going to shine this season. Second of all, I don't like how Jen keeps on saying that Meridith probably called the feds or something on her. No, Meridith did not call the feds on you. They had this investigation on you for a long time, Jen. They had this investigation a long time. And Meridith went to law school. So
But Sebastian, can you please tell me what is Meredith doing that makes her so special that she has to be the highest paid housewife next season?
Nothing.
Wait, hold on. Let's see. Hold on, Kenila. Let's see what Sebastian has to say. Go ahead, Sebastian.
Oh my God. Meredith is delivering. She is delivering. Her marriage was failing. She brought it back together again. Her family was being attacked by Jen. Now they're starting to go back together again. Meredith.
Sebastian.
I'm sorry. No. Sharrell, let me take over for a second. Sebastian, you tell me what the heck that Meredith is doing besides kissing Mary's ass, all of her butt crack, doing everything Mary's telling her to do to become the highest paid housewife. If anybody deserved the money, I'm saying Heather, because Heather, she may not be talking.
Think Heather should be
Heather.
Canelo.
I love you, but no.
Canelo. Oh wait, hold on.
You're drunk already, aren't you, buddy?
Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
No, look. I have a new one. You're drunk already, right, buddy?
You're drunk already, aren't you, buddy?
He's drunk already.
I ain't had nothing yet. Give me about 5 more minutes. I get something.
Oh my God. Birds of a feather flock together. They are scheming together. Deneen, when I tell you guys you can't miss this interview tomorrow, you can't miss it.
What's happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm bringing back Dan, and we're going to tell specific stories about what Mary and Robert have done to certain cult members.
Ooh.
It will curl the hair on the back of your neck.
Mary is blocking everyone on social media. Like every blogger is being blocked and everything.
Because she's been exposed, and she knows
she's been exposed.
Mm-hmm.
We telling her secrets. Telling her secrets. Look how many times and how much she have destroyed other people's lives and had other people inside the church scared of her. She's not God. She's just a person.
She's nobody but
And you're right. And if Mary was so tough, like everybody want to make her out to be like this tough person, even at the dinner table, I'm not talking. Well, you're not talking because you don't want to get into it. You just putting your tail between your legs and you running away.
Yeah.
So if she was tough, she would put them all on blast.
Right.
Yeah.
But she knows she only exposing herself worse. That's why she hide and run away.
Look at this. Someone said Mary blocked Kempire. Did she really?
I went down it.
He's crazy.
You know what? those type of people, they don't like for the truth to be told on them. They want to be in darkness, doing their low down dirty. Even, I'm like, I may not be affiliated all in the Bible, but one thing I do know, even the devil know the Bible. Devil.
And I told y'all she's the spawn of evil. She's the devil herself.
She really is.
She look what she did. Whitney got this whole trip together for spiritual healing. She stands her ass on the rock. Oh, I'm good. Bitch, what the fuck do you think?
She was so rude at the spiritual cleansing ceremony. It was not even funny. Corey, what do you want to add to the conversation?
But see, that made me mad because it's like everybody else can come to your event and and do everything you ask. But the moment you come to everybody else's, you want to do what you want to do just because it's not what you're accustomed to. Whitney said, I don't believe in Pentecostal, but I went and participated. She couldn't even just stand on a rock and, beat a drum.
This has been going on so long with Mary. She's been conning people for so long that she's starting to believe it.
Yeah.
Like her hatred for Whitney is so bad. That's why she won't participate.
For Whitney?
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, and then Whitney did say to Meridith, if you're doing the same thing to if Mary's doing the same thing to me as what you claim Jen is doing to you, why are you friends with her?
Right.
Listen, Mary must be paying for Brooks Fashion School for Meredith to be so loyal to her.
Well, you have to sell joggers that Sharrell,
That's true.
Ray should have been selling like 6 seasons ago.
Child, Brooks need to take himself somewhere else other than fashion school.
Why are y'all going in on Brooks?
Because, you know what? Because he is not, like Canelo said, he's a grown woman. Her daughter is a grown man, excuse me. Her daughter is a grown woman. Okay, they fair game. They're fair game. They're fair game. They're not children to no one else. They're adults. Ooh. They're on Jen's level. So Meredith need to cut the crap.
Right. And see, they can't.
And he has the worst attitude I've ever seen.
He acts like a bitch.
Oh, see, he came out last season and said, Jen, she had no panties on, and you can see her twat over. They saw her twat, and it was disgusting. You said it on live TV. You went on Twitter and started tweeting about it and liking tweets. Now, when Jen comes out and now she was wrong for some of those tweets that she was liking, but you cannot blame her because you put it out there first.
Yeah,
you struck first, and Meredith, this is her whole storyline where she wants to say, I can't be friends with Jen because she's hurting my family. What her screw face ass. I'm so sick of her.
He feeling some type of way. Corey, let me finally ask Corey. Corey, what did you think about last night's episode? And what do you think about Mary trying to sell her church, but the probate judge stopped her?
You know what? One, they cut off the dragging too soon last night. They waited to the end of the episode to get to the drag. And I was like, come on, y'all, come on. And then the 3 letters are after Mary. I think that's why she's trying to sell off everything.
The 3 letters are after Mary.
The after being the I. And maybe the CIA. Who knows?
I can't.
Sharrell, you done kicked that hornet's nest, girl. Kick it some more. Kick it.
No, we're not gonna stop because I feel that individuals have a right to have their story told.
You are doing God's work for real, Sharrell.
That's her whole tagline. You come
No. This is the People's Channel. I want to create a forum to tell stories that haven't been told.
That's right.
To let people talk, say what they gotta say. Like, we watch these shows, we have opinions. We want Andy Cohen to know, what was you thinking?
You know what, Sharrell? You are the reason why I've never watched these kind of channels before. You are the reason why I said, ooh, let me sit here and listen to this. She got something to say. And it's not bull crap and smoke and mirrors. She has something deep to say.
Well, not just me. Everybody has something deep to say.
Oh, definitely.
But tomorrow is going to be Dan Cosby. Now, we thought that he brought... he busted it open last interview. This time, I feel that if you hear a person's struggles and if you could hear their pain, you'll look at it a lot different. Because right now we just see her Fendi bags and I don't know, all of her designer clothes. That's just a shell. That's smoke and mirrors.
Right.
We want to know what you did.
But Sharrell, you remember when you had that other woman up there? That other woman finally showed her face and came up and talked about
that was such a blessing.
Yeah.
You gave her, you know what? You gave her the courage. You gave her the courage to come up and say what was really on her heart. You know what I'm saying? Not only to Dan, but that lady, she took a step forward to say, yes, this is what was going on.
And didn't it warm your heart when you see somebody stand up for themselves and say, I don't have to live like this no more.
Right,
I'm not
right.
afraid. Because you're in mental bondage. And sometimes that's worse than being in physical bondage.
Exactly.
That's torture.
And I was so happy to be a part of that conversation when she came up, because that you can tell when a person is being released from something that was detrimental to themselves, and for them to come out and talk about it, people telling them, no, don't talk about it. Why? It's her story.
I felt that in my heart.
Yes.
I felt that in my heart too. I really
She needs to talk about it. She needs to talk about it.
And people need
really
to hear
did.
it. People needs to hear it, because Mary is not what everybody thinks she is.
Yeah.
No. Mary, her granddaddy, we know that. But
the whole thing is just, let me say this before I bring up AJ. Well, let me read this first. I don't tease people that hire detectives.
Cosby is crazy.
I will say this, Sebastian, in your defense. Maybe Meridith is doing her job for the show. No, look, Kenila, what will we have to talk about
if she didn't do it?
Meridith didn't hire the detective.
The highest paid housewife. Oh my God, don't talk about my drugs.
Hey, that probably took courage. Let me tell you, them people that grow up in that town, I don't know what they're putting in the water in Utah, but they are very fearful.
Wow.
To speak their mind.
Yeah.
And remember, and what's her name? Heather Gay did an episode when she cries to her brother saying, I brought my children up in this.
And that's why I love Heather, because she has started talking about her struggles coming out of the Mormon church last season. She was talking about how it was so hard and people was turning away from her. She thought she was going to be shunned like everybody else. Then you see the episode when they was up in Vail when she went with her sister. They both was envying each other because one wanted to get out the cold. I mean, it is a cold.
It is.
They
that's
wanted
what
to
you
get
said
out.
the right word.
And that's what we want to do. If we could keep doing these interviews and just inspire one person, that's all we're looking for. One person to stand up and say, life doesn't have to be like this.
Right.
Let me read this really quick, AJ. Hold on one second. Andy did an interview saying that the women were shown last-minute footage the day before the reunion that none of them knew existed. And it was like dropping a bomb. It affects two specific housewives and comes out at the reunion. And listen, Andy Cohen, you have a duty to expose Mary Cosby, and you didn't do the job.
Exactly.
You were worried about your storyline. If people are crying on my shoulders, and I know for the fact that the producers know about it. Now, maybe they didn't get to it in time and she quit before they were going to bring it to season 3 or whatever, but you brought this cult leader on the show and did not expose her for the atrocities that she committed.
Right.
AJ, what did you have to add?
Said she agreed. Erica Jane said she agreed that Andy should have did more to bring this to the forefront.
Erica Jane agrees. Perry's too much. Well, AJ, sound off, because this is heavy stuff.
Oh my God, it's so heavy. By the way, you are eating it, by the way, with that interview tomorrow. I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be so good.
Don't miss it. Catch
it's
the
gonna
rerun.
It's going to be so good. I will.
I feel that if I just tell you, AJ, that I got run over by a car, you feel bad. Oh, that's so bad. But if you watched it and you seen what it did to my life, it will touch you in a different way. That's what I think.
Oh, absolutely. It'll have a different impact.
Yeah.
But oh my God, but yesterday's episode was really good. I really liked yesterday's episode, and like I agree with most of you guys. Like with Meredith, I'm not really like Meredith. She's not doing a lot for the show, I think, but
Sebastian.
other than
I don't like
fact she comes like as a package deal, like
Ooh,
her
dang.
son, her boring husband,
Oh my
and that that's all she's got to offer, and really that's
Oh
about
my
it. And
god.
she's got really dodgy taste in clothes as well, like
Whitney has nothing to
Preach it,
offer.
Jay.
really, really bad taste in clothes.
Now, AJ, I do
And
have to
Jen
say
Shah
she did
too.
way better than Mary. Because remember, Mary was a Christmas tree last year.
No.
And a
Yeah.
garbage bag at somebody else's party. So
Mary's got like
no.
No. They both bad.
they're both bad, but one is better than the other.
No.
I
Let
think
me ask
Meredith
you,
is the worst.
AJ, what is your thoughts on Lisa Barlow?
Oh my God, Lisa Barlow. She's the most annoying, but she's important for the show. Now I think
Why?
about it. She reminds me like of Bethany Frankel, like in a weird way. Yeah,
What?
I know maybe it's the alcohol business that she's got, like, you know, like Bethany.
She don't have the cojones Bethany has.
What?
That's
How
what I'm
is
gonna say.
She does. I think Lisa Barlow's got a lot of money. She's
She
very
got
rich.
money, but not cojones.
how
Oh,
is that
Cojones.
why she reminds you of Bethany Frankel because of money?
No, I think she's very like honest. She's devious. She's conniving, and she's like
oh,
the perfect. Like I don't like Bethany Frankel. Did I? Sorry. Did
I
anyone
don't either.
think
I
I
do.
like her? I don't like her at all.
I like
But
Lisa. I like her.
I like
do you
Lisa.
like Lisa?
I love Lisa.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
like
know,
her. I don't like
why?
any of them. A lot of
What
them.
about Heather Gay?
She's the only one I like. But she
Oh my god.
She's a
well,
coward, though, right?
she's
No.
a coward,
Yeah.
but she's
A hypocrite.
she doesn't say a lot what she thinks, but I think it comes from her background. She's a Mormon or ex-Mormon, and I think that's the way she grew up, I think, and she's just a genuine nice person. But
Gotta talk
Jen
about
Shaw, she's another bad dresser. Did you see what she wore in that
Oh.
You know what?
confession?
We still have to review the reunion looks. She does not
Yeah.
know how to dress.
No.
Oh God.
None of them know how to dress.
Not
that.
at
She
all.
beats Dennis' mother in the confessional, though.
It's awful.
Wait, did you guys see Meredith in a bathrobe at the dinner table?
Oh my God.
She called it a dress. It
That
looked like
That
a
would look
white
like a
bathrobe.
bathrobe. Yeah.
That was horrible.
Southern
That was
Ivy says,
horrible.
right, Sharrell, Andy was only worried about ratings and sponsorships.
Oh
How
yeah,
do we
definitely.
feel? Let me give this question to Corey. Corey, how do you feel that Andy Cohen brought a cult leader that married her grandfather on the church, these two bad people, and he didn't expose their devious crimes?
Money.
He's slipping. He's slipping,
Money.
and he is just out of his mind.
He's a
Because
demon.
if you
Devil.
knew after season one,
is that what he's supposed to do, Corey? He's a producer.
Lucifer.
no, that's not what he's supposed to do, though. He's supposed to bring. Okay, he vetted these people, so he knew what was in Mary's background.
Right.
So these people are vetted, and I know they fill out a whole lot of mess when they join a TV show like this, and they do psychological tests.
But at the same time, Corey, I'm gonna push back. You gotta produce a show, and you're sitting on this explosive storyline.
Then that means he's not doing his job because he's not bringing it to the board.
Or maybe
Exactly.
I just say this, maybe because he had the Jen storyline to go with. Sometimes why use two bonus pieces when you only needed one? Could he have been saving this for next year?
No, they needed both.
He never expected Mary Cosby to quit.
Exactly.
Well,
I won't count on that.
Oh, Sharrell.
Yeah.
And apparently, there's this interview coming out that that Mary now is the victim. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah.
There's an interview coming out with a mom, and the mom has come out, and she's saying Mary's the victim, and it's all like the husband. So I don't know, if she's paying her, didn't they fall out? This is sick.
It's sick. We have to let people tell their story so people will know that this woman needs to be held accountable.
Yeah.
He shall not be named as doing that.
Right now,
Mary must don't gave her mama some money. She probably don't gave her mama a little money.
I'm gonna say this: if I hear anybody call that woman a victim,
Mama got a young husband too.
Yeah,
well, that's a whole nother story that we're gonna do on part 3. That's a whole nother story. But right now, I'm focusing on telling the victims' stories, and then we'll go into
all the shadiness. Brendan has one thing he wants to say before Pia comes up.
Go ahead, Brendan.
Well, first, Mary, get thee behind me. Second, Andy Cohen should have didn't vet this woman before he put her on Housewives.
He knew.
And he knew.
He knew.
Sorry. He should have.
Oh, he's Lucifer.
He should fire Mary. Turn over
That's what he wants.
of her to the FBI or CIA, depending on which government agency gets involved, and turn her in.
Well, listen.
Oh, we ain't gonna do that until it's on camera.
And AJ, I agree with you. You have some kind of responsibility to the community as a whole. Now, with that being said, maybe he was going to do it. Let's give him that much credit. Let's say he never expected, you guys don't believe me? He never expected Mary to just quit in the manner in what she did. We don't know what he had in store for her at the reunion. We don't know.
And then at the same time, too, you got to go back and remember, I think producers, they go out there and try to say, well, I'm trying to place this show together. Most of them going out looking for a wild freak, right? So when he takes off, no, for real. I mean, some people stop doing their research. Once a person tell you, I would love to be on the show. I married my grandfather. Damn it, that's it. Come on. That's another storyline. Maybe he didn't go back and do all the other stuff because, you know, it's here and there. Unless he talked to the people you've been talking to, Sharrell, he probably really wouldn't have known.
Andy Cohen is nothing you can tell me. They have a research department. You can't tell me that he didn't know about these atrocious crimes.
And Andy thought he was in control. Andy thought he was in control. It was about money, and it was about ratings, and it was about Andy thinking he was in control. But it all came out. Andy had lost control. He was not in control of that show.
And that's true. But
I don't think he was gonna.
Also, season 3, they probably was saving this storyline for season 3 because they know it started unraveling before the reunion. So before Mary decided she wanted to quit, they was vetting on her to be there for the reunion to answer all the questions, set up everything for season 3 because we still don't have her going to jail because they had filmed that.
They didn't even talk about that.
They didn't talk about that yet.
She's on contract.
No, they was talking about her son and her harboring that that minor.
The girlfriend.
What they call kidnapping. So they was trying to. I guess they wanted to put that at the beginning of season 3. And
there's a whole nother story. This is insane.
Really?
A whole nother story behind that I'm gonna get to probably in part 4 because there's other things that just need to be told first. But it's just crazy. P.S. Sound off really quickly. What did you want to add to the conversation?
I just kept laughing hysterically last night when Jen kept saying, "I'm not a criminal. I'm innocent." And I was just sitting there, like, "Nah, you're a criminal. Just wear it with pride. We know you did it."
Answer this question for me. What kind of denial is Jen Shah floating in? Because this makes no sense. She is proclaiming her innocence, and we all know, we've all read the document, that you are the ringleader. Why does she keep saying she's innocent?
Because I think she's one of those people where if you say something enough, then you start to believe it. But then, like, everyone else around you who lives in reality knows that it's not true. And really, I can't take any of the women, from the one who lied and said that her husband wanted another wife. Okay, her niece came out and just debunked that storyline. Okay, and then and then from
she did. Sorry, go ahead.
And then from Meredith wearing that atrocious purple dress. One breast was sitting up, the other one was sitting down. I couldn't take my eye off of that whole mess. And then the other one with the really nasally, I just really wanted you to come along because, well, you know, I just, oh, God. I mean,
did you see what she looked like when she was in the pool? I mean, I really like Whitney, but she has a lot of tattoos, doesn't she?
Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah. I always thought she had a bunny tattoo. And then I thought, oh my God, it's like half her body.
Yeah.
And she used to be a stripper. Oh.
She probably was.
That's someone else, sorry.
A stripper?
No. I mean, to be fair, she's got the voice for it.
She does.
She's got what?
She's got the voice for it.
Y'all need to stop.
She get the stripper pole too.
Yes, she do. Oh, and she bring everybody over there for a stripper pole party. She listens.
I mean, I just had to get up and walk away. I just couldn't. And I mean, like I said, and then Jen with her anger control issues, I said to myself, I wish a criminal would get up in my face.
I know that's right, baby.
I said, because I'm not going to be held responsible. I'm going to end up going to jail for just socking you in the face.
I know that's right.
Yes, because that whole
we got a problem.
Was there.
We have a problem, guys. Jen's trial starts in March. She could be locked up this time next year. Okay.
Ooh. You mean time this year? This year, 2022, right?
Yeah, this year. I'm sorry, in 2 months. In 2 months, the trial starts. So it's a very well possibility that she will not return to the show. So that will be one gone. We all know Mary quit and is not answering phones, demanded her paycheck, had her lawyers contact them and say, I want her money now. She is not coming back.
Because she ain't got no money, that's why.
Will the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City turn into the Real Housewives of Dallas?
Yep, it's going to go bye-bye.
I hope not, because she's giving us gold. I'm hoping not. Because, see, I told y'all last season, it got down to the last few episodes, that's when all the drama started. And it's doing it again. I don't know why they went to the end to give us the juice. But I hope it does not turn into Dallas, because Dallas was boring as hell.
Dallas was terrible.
It's terrible. But the Real Housewives Dubai is coming. The Real Housewives Dubai, yeah. And the government announced it. And I just went to Dubai in October for 1 month, and it's
a whole month.
Definitely needs it. Yeah, that's a long time.
That's really good.
It's amazing.
I just keep laughing at how Andy Cohen says, we're not loving hip hop. No, you're worse.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm telling y'all, no, we didn't even talk about the fight at the beginning.
But you know what? But you know what? Andy should be mad, because you know why Andy should be mad? Andy should be mad because Mary played him like a fiddle. She made a fool out of him.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, but I mean, he did get what he wanted. I mean, she got exposed, but I don't think he was going to play those videotapes of her saying to those people that they're poor. You know that videotape of her, or recording of her saying to her, you know, the people in her church, like, you know, why don't you pay up? Why don't you pay up? And calling them poor people. I don't think he was going to play that. It was going to be about Jen Shah and all about her criminal activities. He wasn't going to be much about Mary. And he was, like you said, Cornelio, he was going to save that more to like season 3. But now she screwed that up. So, you know, no skin off his nose. I don't think he really cares anyway. He's concentrating on Dubai and like Atlantis coming back.
Well, you don't think he cares about? You don't think he cares about Salt Lake City anymore? I think it's so funny.
He does, but the ratings are good. But it's not his favorite show.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna do a separate video about the looks, because I got so tied up. This has been really taking a lot of hours away from me, but I have not forgot that they look like peacocks. We'll talk about that.
Oh my God.
Also, I want to say happy birthday, Andrea.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You know what? Hey, thank God I got well on my birthday.
Yes, Lord.
And you know what? I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for their kind words and their prayers. I really do appreciate it. You know, I'm letting everybody know this COVID, this virus is no joke.
Yeah.
Wear a mask, please.
Didn't you feel like the sickest you ever been? Wasn't it the sickest you ever been?
Oh my God, it was. See, I have lupus also.
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
fighting COVID and lupus all at the same time.
Wow.
And I'm telling y'all, it was crazy. It was scary. It was real scary. It really was scary. And everything they said about what you lose, I lost my taste. I was chilling. I was cold.
Yeah.
I mean, it was scary. I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all. I was really scared this time. I really was.
Yeah. All
But
right,
thank
you guys.
you.
Let me take on another panel really quickly because we got to come back and talk about Portia. Portia, Portia.
No, I just want to say this one thing before I go. I really do enjoy you guys when you do the 90-Day Fiance because I have never laughed harder. I can't.
Did you see it last night? We're gonna do that tomorrow. Okay, don't bring it up to you. It was insane.
I love 90 Days Fiance.
I was dying because I can't take Harry when he starts saying stuff about people. I have to leave.
Insane. Let me bring in a couple more callers. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Okay, bye guys. Take care.
I have one last thing to say.
Who said that? Okay, go ahead, Sebastian.
It has to do with Jenny. Jenny, yesterday, she was portrayed as the person she truly is. She's a liar and she's a manipulator. She's trying to get into this frenzy.
I like Jenny.
I don't like Jenny.
I like Jenny. She's one of my favorites.
I love Jenny.
I don't like Jenny. I like Lisa and Meredith.
What? No. I can't let you off the hook. What did Jenny do?
Yeah.
She told Jen this in confidentiality. She told Jen this, and the thing is, she's saying the words. She's not saying the words right. Meredith said that she hired a private investigator because her son was getting incriminating texts and stuff like that, very disrespectful text messages.
No,
and then,
Jen twisted her words because what she said to her, I think Jen twisted her words. That's what she did, and trying to manipulate it, like she always does. That Jen.
Sebastian, can you take a second look? You're jumping the gun here. She might not be as bad as you're thinking.
I don't like Jenny. She's a liar. She's a liar. Her
niece
Hey, Jenny, look at this. What?
No, Jenny is good.
Look, open your eyes and see what she brings to the table.
She brings nothing.
Day 1, lying. Day 2, lying. Day 3, still lying.
She brings nothing.
Harry
like,
is
if we're gonna get rid of
messy.
You're saying Meredith doesn't have a storyline. Jenny has nothing at all either. Jenny
Well,
has
she's
nothing.
trying to get one.
Now
This is their first season.
That's true. You
I feel
on the
really
first
bad.
season. Go ahead, AJ. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just feel really, really bad for her because this is her first season, like you said. And I think with all these storylines going on, she's trying to like latch on to whatever. And Mary seems like the easy object because she was like saying something to her and she gave her like used up Louis Vuittons, you know. And she didn't like that.
They weren't used.
Well, she took them out of the box and wore them once and they were too small. Well, she was going to wear them at the reunion. So they're like a year old, which means they're 2 seasons old, which she shouldn't have given them to her anyway. That is like a disgrace. Like,
yeah, you guys are
because
just ridiculous. Look at Trav calling Jenny a pig. Really, Trav? A pig. Gigi, I got 3 minutes. What did you want to add to the conversation?
Just have a couple of things to say. Just because Mary quit doesn't mean the story doesn't end because you are taking up that season. You're going to replace the season that Andy would have had just with your platform. And you know, all the stories that you're gonna.
You think so?
I do. Yeah, I think you're gonna take over all the viewers that he would have had for SLC. So,
protect yourself from Mary. Do whatever you need to do, Sharrell.
No, I've had people say. Well, I'll talk about it later. I'm not.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, Jen, Mary, and Whitney's husband. That's a whole nother story with his pyramid scheme. That's gonna be coming out. Yep. So with all of them going to jail, like, are they gonna replace them with more criminals?
Probably so.
Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll be as boring as Miami, but they still have a storyline to go with the boredom. So hopefully that way we can still watch it. You know.
We have to admit this. When they announced that they were going to Salt Lake City, didn't you guys say, Who? Salt Lake City?
Exactly.
I was like, I'm reviewing.
Boring.
I was like, I'm out. I'm
I was
out.
going to be falling asleep.
Yeah.
But I just want to say something to the people that attended, that so-called church that Mary had. Just be strong and know that there is something better, for you out there. All of this is being exposed for a reason, for you to see that you were in the wrong place of worship. That Mary is not a godlike person. What is God fearing about her? She's rude. She's conniving. She lies. What good is that? That's all in the evil spectrum. And I just want to say we should have a funeral for Mama's church. What she built for her parishioners and that community died with her. Mary and Mary and her grandfather ran that
let
into
me
the ground.
ask you this, Gigi. Do you think because mental bondage is worse than physical bondage?
Totally.
Do you think eventually people will get the courage to just not be scared of Mary anymore and just tell the story?
Yes, I think the more that you do these videos, people are going to start seeing it. They're going to have more courage. They're going to see other people coming forward. Mary's cousin. I really do think that that's going to open their eyes, and they're going to see what Mary's doing to cover her tracks. That's all like the path of a devil.
She tried to sell the church. This is covering
What more
your
do you need to
tracks.
see? What more do you need to see? She's trying to close down the den of thieves. It's not a church. It's a den of thieves.
Sharrell, is her church exempt for like paying tax? Do you know about that? Right.
Yep.
So I don't. Why was she? Her religion that still is going to go on and on, isn't it? There's nothing.
What did she do to help the community?
law.
She only bought purses and Fendi bags. And what did she do to help any homeless people? That right there. There's no works. There's no acts of work.
This is what she did. She went
It's
on
like
Instagram and told the whole world how poor and ratchet and disgusting her parishioners are because they didn't give her the money that she deserved. So that's what she did for the community.
Yeah, that's what she did. But they put up with it because that is what they brainwashed, unfortunately. So
They're brainwashed. They're brainwashed. We need to
Thanks,
bring
guys.
some kind of deprogrammer on the show. Maybe that we will to say
a counselor, some
like
counselor,
yeah,
a psychologist.
Yeah, like so.
Good idea. Oh my God.
You could bring somebody like that cult expert, Hassan.
How about Inyala? Inyala Van Sant.
How to get people out.
Yeah. Oh my God, you guys, that is so good because we don't understand it. We're not in a cult, but we need somebody to come on and tell us what's so hard.
Yeah.
Why, why would you live in this kind of
It's like a battered women's syndrome.
Yeah.
Because most people, like most cult members, they're not like stupid. Like in Scientology, most of these Scientologists, they're not stupid people. They're like intelligent people, and they got money because this costs a lot of money to be part of this elite group.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of smart people, doctors, lawyers. It's shocking how the brain can be. So
it reminds me of Scientology. That was a perfect example. All right, guys, I got to wrap it up here because we got an even bigger, crazier story to talk about. That's Portia. Portia. That's crazy.
Oh my God. Y'all know I have not watched that show since it started. Oh my God. But I've been following you, Sharrell. I've been following you though.
It's crazy. We're going to come back.
It's going to get a second season, I think.
It's going to get a second season for sure.
It's going to be the new party for the party sort of thing. Like King Solzy.
I don't think so.
She's trying to do a King Solzy.
Well, hold on. We can't talk about it here. We'll talk about it on this show.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you guys for calling. I appreciate the call.
Right.
Nice seeing you, Gigi. Bye, Gigi. Good idea. Bye, guys. Good idea, Gigi. I'm going to bring on an expert to give us a
perfect. Look forward to it.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, Canelo. We know you love talking about Salt Lake City. And I almost didn't cover it because you remember you made me. Yeah.
We gonna talk. Because I told you you was gonna like it and look at you.
I did. Take care, Canelo.
Hey, later.
All right. So we'll be back at oh my God, 2:45, 5:45 Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to talk about Portia, and that's going to be really, really good because we got a lot to add to that conversation. Perry, thank you for sitting in another video.
Yep.
Looks like you're in a lot of pain. Perry's not talking much. He took a dive down the mountain. All right, Perry, on 3, let's say bye. 1, 2.